All right, one more. It's getting dark. I gotta go feed some horses. It's never nothing to do, is there? There's never ever nothing to do. One day. Hello, Steve. First off, thanks for your channel. My wife found it a couple years ago. It's now part of our life's routine to check for new videos from you or David Pilatus as we turn in each night. Before I say anything else, my condolences on your loss. You're Mr. Macaroni. I'm a lover of my own dogs and cats, used to cowboy, and I'm still a horseman. I know I've grown to love my animals and how deeply it hurts to lose one. I'm a hunter and fisherman, having been introduced to the outdoors by my grandfather when I was very young. All right, yeah, first off, thanks for the kind words. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. And yeah, that pain is still fresh. It's still like it happened yesterday. No macaroni. Oh, God, I miss that. I miss him so much, I can't even describe it. But thank you for the kind words, man. To be honest, I cannot remember a time before the time I spent with my grandpa did not involve a gun in some way or a fishing pole. During vacations of California to our ancestral home of Arkansas, I learned about spring-loaded fishing, yogos, and was taught to set up and run trot lines by my southern cousins. Like many men in my family, I was a cop. I worked in maximum security prisons in California. Yes, I knew Charlie Manson. That's the question I get asked most often. Worked as an investigative sergeant and eventually retired as a watch commander of one of the California Supermax prisons. I retired after completing only 25 years due to shoulder, knee, and back injuries, which accumulated over my years of service. During my time as a civil servant, I learned that you cannot believe anything that a government entity tells you. Hear to that one. I also carry a sidearm and an edged weapon at all times. It's sort of like one of life's lessons Grandpa taught us. One was that you never leave the house without some sort of head covering, cash, and a pocket knife, and a wristwatch. I still think of and follow his advice. I guess you can add a cell phone to Grandpa's list now, but I mostly wish the damn things had never been invented. My wife and I started out watching hunting videos. We enjoyed the stories, the techniques shown, and the beautiful scenery, which is so different than it is here in Central California. When Finding Bigfoot appeared on television, I was truly annoyed by it. I thought the investigative techniques used in the show were completely ridiculous if one was truly wanting to find a Sasquatch. We watched the show, usually with me laughing and making fun of it while it was running. When the focus of your channel shifted to exploring these beings, we continued to watch your channel, finding your offerings and style more interesting and credible than what had been offered in the television by the Bigfoot research community. Yeah, I'll touch on that after this. I read this, possibly. Sorry this got so long, as I have nothing to contribute for the discussion. I've never seen a Sasquatch, nor do I recall ever personally meeting anyone who claimed to have encountered one of these beings. I've experienced the hair on my back of my neck standing up both in my work and while hunting in the Sequoia National Forest. I've also heard knocking sounds in the forest many years ago without any thought of Sasquatch. I remember thinking the sounds I heard possibly being the sounds of woodpeckers being carried in some unusual way. I would not laugh at someone who told me that they encountered one. I guess you could put me in the open camp now that I've been watching your David Plides, and Scott Carpenter's channel. I moved in my level of interest since the bullshit the BFRO put on a TV to the point that I have genuine interest and did purchase your book. Most of the emails you read seem credible, although I believe there are a few living in their mom's basement that would fabricate a story just in hoping to be read on your or someone else's show. I find your personal accounts to be sincere and convincing. I live near the ancient Native American cave paintings featured on David Pilatus' website and find them both fascinating and moving, something in my former profession we would call a validation point. To answer the question you posed tonight regarding what I want, I can only answer more knowledge. The U.S. Navy camera footage showing a Super Hornets chasing underwater UFO proves that the governments have been hiding knowledge from the public. New species are constantly being discovered. I grew up listening to stories about my great-uncles and great-grandfathers encountering black panthers and other creatures that were regarded as myth while exploring caves 100 years ago while exploring caves in the Arkansas Ozark Mountains. I also believe that it's mathematically impossible for us to be alone in the universe. I'd have a lot of learning to do to understand the science and evidence that's already been gathered. What don't I want? I don't want to encounter one. I'm certainly not going to pay some bullshit artist to take me on some Bigfoot expedition. Our next home will be in the northwest Arizona and bordering on the forest there. I don't want to encounter any of these beings and certainly don't want anything following me home or take an interest in our place. I wouldn't consider these beings to be any kind of game animal. I wouldn't consider shooting one unless the situation was the same as one that would cause me to consider shooting a human being. I have rifles capable of taking down elephant or Cape buffalo. Let's just not try to find out. If you read this far, I again apologize for taking a long time to add nothing to the discussion. Certainly nothing here anyone want to listen to. The channel is great, whether talking hunting, fishing, or Bigfoot. F the whiners and pay no attention. People get very brave when they're holed up in mom's place by strutting their manhood with a keyboard. Thanks for your channel. How great your life must be. Treasure being able to do what you love. Best regards, Bob. Right on, Bob. Thanks for that email. And your words count, and everybody's going to want to hear them. It's like we're all sitting around a big, massive campfire, right? And everybody has their 2 bits to throw in and add to the conversation. And obviously, with your background, your careers, you're quite an intelligent person, independent thinker, rational thinker, not a reactor. The BFRO. I'm sure there's some good people there, but I'm not even gonna lie about it. I'd love to kick the crap out of the head of the BFRO. He's earned it. He's got it coming. He's a dirtbag. That dirty, filthy slob of a human being has taken these stories from numerous troubled individuals, mocked them, changed the stories, hid them, taken money from hundreds of people, used people, abused people, and lied. If you haven't figured me out yet, that's basically that's every single thing that I would love to fight in this lifetime, is people who stand for that side of the line.